Now, our next guest says he's been accused of sexism because he is challenging Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi for her position as House Minority Leader. Ian Milisher of liberal news site Think Progress tweets this. This thing where an obscure male backbencher thinks he deserves to replace the most accomplished woman in Congress is how sexism works. And it's now gone mainstream. Headline in the New York Post, Democratic minority challenger accused of sexism. Well, the man himself is with us. Tim Ryan, Democrat, congressman from Ohio. Right from the get-go, sir, your response to being accused of sexism because you're challenging Nancy Pelosi.
Well, I think my wife and daughter would think otherwise. This is about results, and I love Nancy Pelosi. She was a mentor of mine. I have the deepest respect for her, and she's a historic figure. There's absolutely no question about it, but the bottom line is we are at the smallest number of House Democrats since 1929. We've lost 68 seats since 2010, and my question to my colleagues and anyone in the Democratic establishment is, how many seats do we have to lose before we decide we need to make a change? 80 seats, 90 seats? We are in a permanent minority right now. We are not a national party. We're a coastal party. We saw Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and almost Minnesota collapse for the Democrats. We're doing something terribly wrong. And all I'm saying is, while I love Nancy Pelosi, if this was a sports team and a coach keeps losing, you have to get another coach at some point, and it's nothing personal.
You want to bring the Democrat Party back to the white working class. I think that's what you're trying to do.
Now, I've never, Stu, I've never said white working class.
Okay,
I've said working class people.
Okay.
White, black, brown, gay, straight, man, woman. This is about unifying behind an economic message where people like in my congressional district, where I've gotten elected with over 70% of the vote, understand that I talk to them as human beings, as American citizens. Now, we've tried to slice this electorate up, and it's not worked for us.
Well, Congressman, a lot of Democrats have accused President-elect Trump of being a racist or making racist cabinet picks. Just watch this for a moment. Look, watch this. Roll tape.
He is a thin-skinned, racist bully.
Not only did that man who lost the popular vote win the election, but his election sparked a rise in hate crimes, threats of violence.
The American people would be very anxious to hear him say, look, I said terrible things. I apologize, okay? I am not going to be a president leading a racist or a sexist or a homophobic or an Islamophobic administration.
I think that says to President-elect Trump that he has a responsibility to try to bring people together, not continue to fan the flames of division and bigotry.
Congressman, why is it that Democrats across the board seem to see racism everywhere in the new administration? You know, a lot of people, regular mainstream Americans, are really tired of being called racists for no real good reason. Are you going to bring an end to that?
Well, Donald Trump has given a lot of people good cause to have those concerns, and his rhetoric during the campaign was very hot against Mexicans, Muslims, minorities of all stripes, religion, you know, blanket statements about religious groups.
What did he say that was anti-black? What did he say that was racist towards black people?
I think the stop and frisk proposal, I think the way he talked about African Americans and their community, like every African American is poor and their people are getting shot, you know, only in African American communities. That kind of rhetoric is racist, Stuart, and you can't talk that way because it's not true. There are many middle class and wealthy African Americans, so to lump everybody together like Bannon has and like Flynn has is wrong, and you can't do that in the United States of America. Our strength is our diversity, and Trump has given people ample opportunity to criticize him. Now, I will say this. He got elected, and I want to say this too, Stuart. Many people who voted for Donald Trump voted for Barack Obama 2 times. We saw that in Ohio. We saw it in many of those states that collapsed later in the evening last Tuesday. Those people want an economic message. They're working class people. The average median income in my district for a family is $57,000 a year. 2 parents working and making less than 30 grand a year. Those people want someone to talk to their economic interests, and these issues distract us from trying to take care of the people that need our help and rely on us, and they went to Trump in droves. And the Democrats, we better get our act together, or we're going to be in a permanent minority here for a while.
Okay. Congressman Tim Ryan, I believe the vote will be after Thanksgiving for minority leadership in the House. Thanks very much for being with us on the show today. I hope you can come back at some point in the future, sir. Thank you very much.